your watches up. I let them live, I'm back to getting it in, them niggas time up.
You already know what it is.
I throw mine up. Fine shit, ain't got no time.
Big Pressure TV.
Fuck judge, fuck em. DA, fuck em. Real out the pen. I miss them, I love them. Hoes, fuck em. Niggas, fuck em. If they ever violate, fuck em. Let their mama love them.
Y'all see who we got in the building?
My teeth hitting.
One of the guys.
Then I ran it up in business. Hoes, fuck em.
Right, what's going on? The show what's going on.
For my kids, I miss them, I love them. Hey, who the fuck is you? You ain't standing like I'm standing.
Big Pressure TV.
Like I'm gangsta playing brush. You ain't no fancy, you ain't got stripes. You ain't no tiger, I'm for jumping. You ain't no hammer. You ain't swagging like I'm swagging. No with bandana, tied around my neck. The belt to me, Gucci bandana. Trapping a Jim Jones, kill a tail, 12 Santana. Ain't no orders of bad words, still in the Trinity.
You already know what it is. It's Big Pressure TV. Today we got in the building a prolific teacher, a real soldier, a brother who in my eyes has always been solid, and I know he's solid in the eyes of many. A brother who I got the utmost respect for simply because he always strived to be a great example. Tell them who we got in the building, beloved.
Well, I guess I'm the namesake.
My namesake.
What's happening? This is William X.
This my namesake. Lake Salam, God.
What's going on?
Nah, man, you know it's about to go down, beloved.
Yes, sir.
Before we begin, give the people a brief glimpse of who you are and, kind of expound on your journey.
Well, my government name is William Johnson. I was blessed to meet a man that met a man that met a man.
Let's talk.
That eventually told me that ain't my real name. So at the moment, I move as William X. I'm from Detroit. Grew up in Detroit. Joy Road raised.
Exit 9.
Shout out to Exit 9. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Bray Street. I'm gonna have to say that.
Say
but
it.
Anyway, but I just I grew up. I guess we grew up not necessarily from the bottom, but there's been times when my mother was homeless, and you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
And couldn't really depend on family, and we didn't. She struggled through it, got us through it, but at a certain point.
We all understand that struggle.
Yeah, at a certain point, you don't understand the struggle. All you understand is that you want to be out there. So,
right.
So I ended up in the streets with a group of friends and a bunch of friends and all that. And so, long story short, I ended up doing 2.5 years in juvenile from 14 to 17, and then got out. Ended up doing 6 months in the county jail at 18. And then at 19, I was arrested and taken to prison for what they said would be the rest of my life.
Yeah. What they said.
What they said.
Yeah, what God say though?
God did.
Yeah, off the top, God. Off the top.
They don't know what God was going to do.
Yeah.
I knew what God was going to do. They didn't know what God was going to do.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah.
So how long you served, beloved?
31 years, bro. And 31 years, and it was long and it was short all at the same time. I don't think people realize, how fast that type of time go by. I got to prison in 94. I looked up, I had been there 10 years. Looked up, I had been there 15 years. Looked up, I had been there 20 years. And when you moving on a program, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And just moving on schedules and stuff like that, time's just moving.
Yes, sir.
You don't realize how fast time really going, because in our minds we were so isolated from the world and from our people and from what we love and the people we love, and that we didn't realize.
Then time move a little different when you growing and evolving anyway.
Man, time move different. So and then time is about perception and perspective anyway.
Here you go, y'all. Let's go.
I mean, just be real.
Real talk.
I mean, if I could go, I could drive to Niles, Michigan. And it's a street where on one side it's Indiana and on the other side is Michigan.
2 different times.
And on the Indiana side, it's going to be like 1 o'clock. And on the Michigan side, it's going to be like 2 o'clock.
Right.
So when I step into Indiana, did I go back in time? or when I step back into Michigan, did I go forward? Did I do the what's the old movie?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Did I do that? No.
Time is perspective.
Time is perspective.
Yeah.
And it's man-made, really.
And the truth, that aspect, it don't even exist for real.
The numbers is man-made.
Yeah.
But the evolution is God-made.
Yes, sir.
And so what you do with the moments, because that's what's really counting.
Yes, sir.
Not the numbers, not 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
The power now, right now in the present.
The power of the moment
Yes,
and the
sir.
presence
Yes,
is
sir.
what's important.
Yes, sir.
So, so time moves,
Yeah. This one of the ones y'all already know, man. This, the guys get a little deep. Let me ask you this, beloved. Throughout everything that you've endured, what would you say was the biggest lesson that you learned on that journey, that 31-year journey?
That's a good question. The biggest lesson I learned, though, is to stop blaming people and circumstances and take responsibility for myself. And I think that was the biggest lesson, because prior to that, all I did was use excuses as to why this is not that, this is why not that, or this is why I'm doing this and this is not why I'm doing that. I had an abusive type of relationship with my mother. I don't like to bring it up because we're in a very good place right now.
Yes, sir. All praise due to
But
her.
the thing is, and I'm so happy she's still alive for me to get out
God, it's great.
and really to fix what I've damaged with her, because most of our problems was because I was, I was a hard head,
Rebellious, like all of us was at a certain point.
And she wanted a certain life from me. She wanted certain standards, certain morals, and what she saw as victories, she wanted those things for me.
Yes, sir.
And while I was rebelling, she saw that I was losing those opportunities. I mean, every mother do, that care. You know what I'm saying? And she saw that I was losing those. But when I violated her rules, her punishment was abusive. Whether, you know what I'm saying? Stump outs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I used those things as excuses for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And then I got to a certain point where I realized, and it came to me in my own mind that, people have been through a whole lot worse than what I've been through, and been a whole lot more successful
yes, sir.
And focused and responsible and dedicated to what their life should be about. And so I had to straighten up. You know what I'm saying? And that was the biggest lesson for me.
That goes back to, what we've been taught, self-examination, self-analysis, and self-correction at the end of the day.
Ain't no doubt about it.
Yes, sir.
And that was the impetus, those teachings and others too,
Now, let me ask you this. As you speak on those teachings, at some point on your journey, while in there, you joined the Nation of Islam and you became a Muslim, but what attracted you to that path? Because you could have chose many paths, but what would you say that attracted you specifically to that path?
I can give you several things. One of the things is that at a certain point I was looking for something different. That's true.
Yes, sir.
But my grandfather, prior to me, with the next, well, no, it wasn't him first. First, what happened was I had been groomed by a couple of people. I had went to the hole when I first got to the first prison I was at, and a couple of guys, they were in the hole. They weren't necessarily, they didn't say they were Muslims.
But your first trip in prison, you in segregation.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. When I come from quarantine, first of all, when I come through quarantine, I ran into a homeboy. I was so happy that I wasn't alone. Somebody I seen, somebody I knew arrived at quarantine the same day. So
yes,
first of all, I'm so happy because I don't care what none of us say. The anticipation of what you about to go through, and going to prison. I don't care what none of you niggas say.
Yeah,
you scared.
Because
you don't know.
No matter how tough you think
yeah, no matter how tough you are,
yeah.
the ignorance of where you're going.
Yes, sir.
there's apprehension and fear there.
Yes, sir.
Apprehension is fear, whether
That's a fact.
whether people want to accept that or not.
Real talk.
And so there was a fear there, and so when I saw him, I was like, hell yeah. So, but anyway, I ended up going to quarantine. They had a quarantine back then for those who was 21, that was under 21.
On Riverside.
Yeah, on Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they always knew that you ain't grown when you're 21. You know what I'm saying? So they separated us from the other people. So we went to, we went and, immediately I got in the fray of things, and was selling cigarettes and stuff and was in and out the hole while I was there. And I ended up putting my hands on somebody and ended up in the hole. So when I rolled out from quarantine to the first prison, I was already in the hole. So when I got there, I was in the hole. And anyway, long story short, I ended up going to the hole with a couple of brothers, and they was breathing on me. And they didn't say they was Islamic.
Now explain what breathing on me mean, just
breathing on me mean,
for those who don't know.
Breathing on me mean that hot ass breath. No, hey, listen. Breathing means giving you life, inspiration.
Yes, sir.
In the Bible, it say that when God made man, He breathed His spirit into man.
Yes, sir.
And so when we begin to talk in prison and give people positivity, give people
or impart knowledge to
things, or impart knowledge, we call it breathing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because we gave you the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all praise due to Allah.
They was breathing.
So like the scripture, somebody breathed into your nostrils like God breathed into Adam.
Ain't no doubt about it. And so, they told me some things, but I was still wild. I was a wild boy, and we ended up when I ended up in GP, I had a cousin that was there, and he was a hard he was a hard hitter there. So, so that made things easy.
Yeah. God put angels all around.
Angels all around me. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
And but what he did do though was he gave me all the books by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, praise.
So the whole time that I was still thugging and wild, I've always been a reader. I went to Cass Tech. So I've always been able to
ahead of your class.
Yeah, I've always been able to pick up knowledge.
Yeah.
And he gave me the book. So while I was, thugging at night, I was in there like this. You know what I'm saying? Reading. So and I've always been a night owl. So the things just started to click for me because prior to that, religion didn't make sense to me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
With facts. Facts. It was unexplainable.
And it was hateful to black people.
Yes, sir.
And I know people don't like to hear that. But I've always felt like that
it marginalizes.
Not just that we have whole scriptures of what God did for people that's been through what we've been through.
Yes, sir.
And no religion talks about God doing something for us like He did for the other people.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that bothered me in religion. That bothers me still in religion. And so, wow.
My brother.
Wow. Bro, listen. I always felt like this. At a certain point, I stopped believing in God and religion.
Yes,
and the reason why is because I felt like if God allowed what happened to us to happen, first of all, He is the originator and the creator of all things. So if He allowed this circumstance, which means He directed this circumstance.
Yes, sir.
But then He didn't do anything to fix us. And to me, whoever that God is an enemy.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
He wants us to be slaves.
Yeah.
Because the slavery, people feel like because we free physically or
what appears to be free.
So-called free physically.
Yeah.
That slavery over and God fixed it.
Right.
Well, slavery was deeper than just a physical thing.
Yes, sir.
It was more than just 400 years of chattel slavery. It was a mental thing. It was an emotional thing. It was a spiritual thing. It was a financial thing, and it was a very confusing thing for a whole group of people.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Fact.
So if God allowed this and doesn't do anything to fix us, then he part of the enemy class. You see what I'm saying?
At least that God.
That guy, whoever that is. Whoever that was.
Whoever they told us that God was.
told us that God was.
Yeah.
He was part of the enemy class.
Facts.
And so when I began to read these books, it presented a God that actually loved us.
Powerful, Black.
It presented a God that actually loved us.
Yeah, and taught you how to love yourself.
It taught you how to love yourself.
Yes, sir.
And so that it really attracted me. And then then for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to teach that God is man, things made more sense.
Right.
Because for a long time it was like it's some guy up in the sky playing chess with your life, and you just a pawn, and the king keep beating your ass every time you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And so you finally realize that through this teaching that there's no God up in the sky playing chess with your life.
Yes, sir.
But the God resides within the people.
Yes, sir.
And if the God resides within the people, then the devil resides within the people too. And people are living a life that's messing over you. Whether you realize it or not, I had somebody tell me the other day that I ain't had no problem. I said, yes, you have. I said, your very existence in America is a problem. Now we don't look at it that way because we live our lives and try to feel good, and
right? Try
to satisfy ourselves.
Your desires.
And we go to work.
Yeah.
We party on the weekend. We think we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, but working class might still just be a slavery class. Can
I add to that wisdom though, God?
Yeah.
Just think about when, as we're taught and when we learned it in school that Abraham Lincoln had I think it was 1619 if I'm not mistaken, but he so-called freed the slaves, right? Yeah. And then, he signed what is called the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Yeah. But then we met a man that met a man that met a man that met God.
It was 1865.
Pardon self, yeah.
Well, the first one was signed in 63.
Yes, sir. Pardon self. So when you think about that Emancipation Proclamation, and then the man who we were introduced to taught us that the word emancipate, when you deal with the etymology of the word, it goes to the word emancipate, which means to free from my hand, but not from my control.
No doubt.
So at the end of the day, that 1619 was when we supposedly first been brought over here. Thank you for the correction, beloved. But to free from my hand, but not from my control. At the end of the day, when you just made the point about even those of people who get up and work jobs every day, they may possibly still be
under that control.
Yes, sir.
They are.
And that's what it is at the end of the day.
Because at the end of the day, that's how you control the people.
Yes, sir.
You tell them what they're supposed to be doing, and if they don't do it, they get out of line, then you punish them.
Yes, sir.
That's control.
Yes, sir.
So that's, and people living like that. You know what I'm saying? So
beautiful.
So we did, Nation Islam guys talk so much.
Now the point was, because you touched on the point already. Now let me ask you this though. What you think is the biggest misconception about being a Muslim? Like, you know what I mean? You identify.
It's so many.
Yeah. Particularly with our people. Like, what's the biggest misconception?
I think the biggest misperception is that it's an Arab religion. Mm-hmm. And while in understanding language, it could be an Arab religion, right? But in understanding people and history, it's a black religion.
Yes, sir.
And what I mean by that is that the original Arab is a black man.
Facts.
It's not this pale skinned people that you see.
Facts.
I got a book at home about the Egyptian origins of Islam. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Things of that nature. And while that's all, arguable, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The truth is that the religion starts with God. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It simply means submit to the will of God. and it starts with him submitting to his own will.
Yes, sir.
So that's where Islam starts at. It comes through. It came through after a time of not being on the earth. It came through under that name through Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was Arab in Arabia at the time.
Yes,
right?
sir.
But even the Arab language is a language created by black people.
Facts.
So there is no it. What our people think is Islam is actually those people culture and tradition.
Teach, beloved.
But Islam is simply submitting to God.
A real way of life.
A real way of life. That's it.
That's founded by the originator.
Ain't no doubt.
Now let's talk about this, God. You was away for 31 years, right?
Yes, sir.
What about your transition? How would you explain your transition back into society after 31 years? You know, you could have came home angry. You could have came home bitter. You could have came home, you know what I mean?
Well, my transition it's actually been easy and difficult. I'm not angry or bitter.
Yes, sir.
Because at a certain point in my bit, I realized that I did the actions that put me there.
Can I say this about the bit real quick?
Yeah.
Because you said something earlier when we was just together about we did it the right way at the end of the day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
We found a way to exist above the fray.
Yes, sir.
And what I mean by that is that people got what they call prison niggas, or prison people, right? Mm-hmm. And most of the guys that we dealt with,
yes, sir,
were not prison niggas. They were men in prison.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
And there's a big difference,
yes, sir,
between being a prison nigga and men in prison.
Yes, sir.
And what happened is that we ended up all being able to really exist as what you would call bosses. Listen, we didn't do
humbly and respectfully.
Humbly and respectfully.
Yes, sir.
But we didn't allow prison to do us.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is that it was I hate to toot our own horn, but it was mainly a class of Nation of Islam brothers, right? Mm-hmm. That was just above,
yes,
reproach. You hear me?
On
like
supreme level.
Like, don't get me wrong. People got their vices.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, you didn't even know it. But people had their vices.
Yes, sir. We human.
We human.
Yeah.
Some people smoked in their room, snuck and smoked in their room, even though we said we don't smoke. Some people,
people sip the best, even in here.
Sip the best, we in there sipping Patron and people what
we didn't partook in.
Right. So we sip Patron and I told my mama, shoot, I was honest with my mama. I told her, shoot, when I was at mine, I smoked weed like I was in the streets.
Hey, listen, we can bear with it.
But the idea of men in prison means that we took responsibility for things. We took responsibility for other people. We taught. We learned.
And we carried ourselves with honor and respect. Yes, sir.
We ain't mess with them.
Yeah. We was men.
We was men.
Yeah.
All men.
Yeah.
And that was, like I say, it was and the funny thing is that the class of Nation of Islam brothers actually inspired other groups.
Yes, sir.
But it was never as big as us that they was doing that, but it was always other people that was like, oh yeah, I'm like them brothers there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so that was a beautiful thing, and I really listen. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but I really lived prison my way.
We did everything we wanted to do except for come home.
Yeah,
we just couldn't walk out the door.
Whatever we wanted to do, whatever we could get, we did it.
Yeah.
And listen,
we just couldn't leave when we wanted
be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about being happy in prison. It was, but
we made it a classroom though, God.
It was a classroom.
We made it college for us.
And it was moments we took to enjoy each other because that's all we had.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we helped each other, and we helped a bunch of the young guys.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And inspired people. And I think that's amazing.
This is why our class is so special when I look at it, bro. And this is why when I'm in the presence of God, I often say it, I bow my head and I salute my brothers, because when you know you done been in the company of men who done went through that fire, you feel what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Men who done been tried and thoroughly tested on many levels. But at the end of the day, they stood firm, they stood solid, bro. That's what make me salute my brothers and honor my brothers. And I know you're a part of that class, though, beloved.
But I salute you, too, because you did the same thing.
All praises due, beloved.
I mean, and we didn't even look at it as a task.
No.
We just lived.
That was just us.
That's just who you are.
Yeah.
And so it's not a task. I don't need honors and praise for that. But
we do it humbly and respectfully to say.
We humbly and respectfully recognize that it happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because it has to be recognized that it happened, so the next person can pick it up and do it the right way too.
Yes, sir, God.
You know what I'm saying? So,
all praise due. Now listen, I saw a video, right? When you came home. No, listen, it's real talk. I saw the video when you first touched down, right?
Yes, sir.
And I got a phone call, I think the day before, and I suppose been there between me and you, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Whatever. But how this guy couldn't make it, but your son.
Yeah, that's my baby.
So listen, seeing your son being there to pick you up, what was that feeling like? What was that? Then having your brother, you know what I mean, Rashad X.
Well, my son bought me them tight ass clothes, and I say, listen,
they in the tight fit,
I said, your daddy got more style than this. You know your daddy got more style than this. What's wrong with you? But no,
the guy out of control.
It was amazing, man. Listen,
to see your son, man.
He's been a star in my life.
You said that too.
His mother name is Star, actually.
Oh, praise the
So she produced the star in my life.
Mm-hmm. And, yes, sir.
And it's amazing, man, because he grew up without me. His mother was 16 when she had him. He grew up without me there. And in the end, he was able to forge through life, become a lawyer. He's married to a woman with a beautiful career. They got two beautiful, my grandbabies. They wonderful. They was just Mario and Luigi for Halloween. And so to see, and to be able to see, to hug him on that side of the fence, man, it was
powerful.
It was powerful. It was gripping.
Really, I celebrated it when I saw it.
Man, it was gripping because and then it was crazy because App asked me about. He said something about me and him, like that's your son, right? And it broke me like hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like hell yeah, look at my boy.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And right there for you.
And came right there for me, man.
Yeah.
And was there the whole time. Listen, once he became an adult, because me and his mother, at a certain point, we fell out
mm-hmm.
as couples.
Couples
do, and we was childhood sweethearts, and we life without parole, and her life was chaotic, and like I say, but the thing about her is that she did everything she could to make sure he loved me and I loved him, and then we stayed in contact. So even when eventually,
salute to the sister Star for that.
No doubt. Even when we ended up falling out for good,
mm-hmm.
she got him a phone and was like, "When your daddy called, you answer this phone."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So
powerful.
she forced the relationship, and I say that because I see a lot of sisters that don't want their child involved with the father
mm-hmm.
while he in prison.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, my mother didn't want me involved with my father while he was in prison. And honestly, man, the child need their father.
Yes, sir. No matter what. No matter
where he at.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a good representation to be a father, but a child need to know their father. And the women are able to force that, and they should force that.
Yes, sir.
And it's not glorifying being in prison. I hear a lot of them, I ain't taking him up there to see him, then he gonna think it's okay. No. What I did when my son came up there was let him know just why it's not okay.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? And what I did him to do different.
Yes, sir.
And he did it different. You see what I'm saying? And I hope more women could help forge those relationships. And I would ask the men in prison or anywhere else to stop being so, I don't even know what the word is, but half the men mess up these relationships and then expect the woman to be, you know what I'm saying?
Half the males.
Jumping hurdles. You wasn't doing nothing for her, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My grandfather told me one time, if you ain't buy nobody no house, you can't expect nobody to put a house up. And that goes with everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you didn't feed the right things to your woman or your child before you went to prison, what do you expect to get out of them?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful wisdom, God. Now let me ask you this. Speaking of fatherhood and being a father, and you was a father that unfortunately was away. Yet, fortunately, God was fashioning you and molding you to be, a real father.
A real father.
Yes. Yeah, what do fatherhood mean to you, God?
Well, I can only take my definition from how I learned it.
Yes, sir.
Fatherhood is the example of what the Lord's Prayer is in the Bible. Our Father, that art in heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Hallowed be thy name.
So fatherhood first exists on a higher level.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, hallowed be thy name. You have to be a respectable person where your name is not drugged through the mud.
Yes, sir.
Or people don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
When people hear your name, they don't cringe. You know what I'm saying? And our will be done. You got to have a plan. You got to have a vision. A vision.
Yes, sir. Goals.
And goals. And then, and on earth as it is in heaven.
Yes,
sir.
Your actions got to reflect.
Your actions got to reflect that higher mentality that I talked about earlier.
Yes, sir. You
see what I'm saying? And you got to care about your body as much as you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you got to care about your existence or this earthly existence as much as you care about your mental, emotional, and spiritual existence.
Yes, sir.
And so down that line is where I see fatherhood at.
This interview been long overdue too, bro.
Man,
this my brother right here.
I know. Hey, listen, man, listen. I done spent you like a top.
Listen, and vice versa, because we both been doing, we've been having different things going on and life been lifing.
Well, what I told somebody is that the truth is, I don't know if I was ready, one.
Yes,
but
sir.
The next is that also we have conflicting schedules.
Yes, sir.
Because if I get off work at 7 o'clock in the morning and you going to work at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm groggy and sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
this been long overdue though, bro. And it's
we could have made it happen, and we should have made it happen.
Yeah. But it's happening right now in this moment, and this the only thing that really counts.
And we spoke on moments earlier.
Yeah, all praise is due.
Yeah, time is subjective.
My namesake. Now let me ask you this, God. As a black man in America, right?
Yeah.
And we know the shit we gotta deal with, the shit we gotta face. We keeping this shit raw and uncut because it's Big Pressure TV, right?
Here you go.
Yeah. Look at
act like
Let me ask you this, beloved. What are some of the challenges, man, that you face and that we face just being a black man in America, man? Not like we just not regular black men though. You know what I mean? Like we done been through that fire, man. We done been under that pressure. We done been through it all. And we still striving as we taught on our prayers to be upright.
I think your question earlier connects to that question.
Mm-hmm.
Your transition question.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are different.
Yes, sir.
What we've been through makes us different.
Yes, sir.
How we responded to what we've been through makes us different.
Yes, sir.
And so the challenges as a black man in America are those that could really cripple you. And what I mean by that is that
It's wisdom, y'all.
is that if you don't pay attention, then you will be got.
Yes, sir.
This world is not what it seems to be. It's not, everybody not your friend.
Facts.
It's not free as you think it is.
Yes, sir.
It's not colorblind as you want it to be.
Yes, sir.
And the people with the power that feel a certain way about you are the people that has the power to affect your existence.
Yes, sir.
And so it's hard. It's hard to work a job knowing
who you are.
who you are
In the truest sense.
in the truest sense.
Not just, I know who I am because I know my name and I know this, but in the
knowing
truth.
who you are at the root of who God made you
Yes, sir.
and your connection to Him.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to work a job, and it takes discipline and it takes sacrifice.
Yes, sir.
So the challenges of America for black men is a life of difficulty and sacrifice.
Oh, that's powerful. Now we got a study guide. Study guide 4.
Struggle for balance.
Yeah. See, he still been studying. Look, the guy, he knows his lessons. But now here's the theme, though. And I'm speaking real. I'm speaking facts. How difficult is it for us as black men to strive to struggle for balance in a world that is diametrically opposed to us, beloved?
This what you come up with, huh?
Yeah.
Look
It's
at you.
big pressure.
Look at you. Very difficult. Balance.
Oh,
Balance is a matter of things being equal.
yes, sir. State of equilibrium.
Things are not equal.
Yeah.
In the study guide, it talks about when you're trying to establish balance and you don't have it equal on both sides, then you use what is called a fulcrum.
Yes, sir.
And a fulcrum is that which compensates
Yes, sir.
on one side or the other
Yes, sir.
for the balance
To
that's
give it
missing.
balance.
To give it balance.
Yes, sir.
Most of us don't use the fulcrums
Ooh.
that we have to establish the balance. I was talking to a brother the other day, right?
That's some heavy wisdom.
And
The fulcrum is the balancing point.
is the balancing point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's the balancing point, but only because it was needed. Because balance was missing.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
if
sir.
you can balance it by itself, it don't need a fulcrum.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see what I'm
yes,
saying?
Sir.
But when you don't got the balance, you need a fulcrum. And these teachings are a fulcrum.
Yes, sir.
I was telling a brother the other day, and not only, and I keep saying not only these teachings, but they steal these teachings, because if you can go into other things, 9 times out of 10, the principle of this teaching, you're going to find it in that thing.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to just be like, oh, okay, well, I found this and that.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know what them niggas talking about.
Yeah.
But you just don't realize you got the same thing we got.
Yes,
you just
sir.
got it from a different source that probably got it from our source. You
Yes,
just
sir.
don't know.
Yes, sir. 1,000, God.
You know what I'm
1,000.
saying?
Mhm.
Because I ain't going to lie to you. 90% of these people are teaching what Elijah Muhammad teaching.
Yes, sir.
But they changing it.
Right.
And they changing they acting like they came up with it.
Yeah. But it all comes from the source.
1930. He started teaching this in 1930.
Yes, sir.
If he could say eat 1 meal a day in 1930, and you don't want to listen to him, and then 60, 90 years later, 60, whatever it is,
They
60
bearing
years
witness
later,
that you should eat one meal a
some
day.
white woman write a book and tell you to eat 1 meal a day. Now you want to call it increment
Yeah.
fasting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this man been told you that don't overwork your digestive system.
Yes, sir.
Don't overwork your digestive system.
Yes, sir.
Period.
Yeah.
Because anything that's overworked, eventually what?
Wears out, dies.
Wears out, dies.
Yes, sir.
And when you overwork your digestive system, you speed up your death. So he gave us these concepts, and he gave us the fulcrum.
Yes, sir.
So all these years later, I was telling a brother that everything he ever said ended up coming true. Why don't our people at least, you don't even have to join the Nation of Islam,
but bear witness to the truth.
not even bear witness to the truth. Just take some of this
Apply
and apply it to your life.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be in it. You
Yeah.
don't have to, but read this thing, and those things that help you, you take that.
This how you know you can tell that when a person met Jesus, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
When the blind see, the deaf hear, and the dumb speak. There was
Ain't
a
no
point in
doubt
your
about it.
life where you didn't see the truth as it is. You didn't hear the truth as it is, and you couldn't speak the truth as it is because we were made or conditioned or fashioned to be niggas, right? So we didn't see the reality that we see now. You know what I mean?
You deep with it.
No, beloved. It's big pressure though, so I'm just saying though.
Listen, I love the pressure.
All praise due to Allah, but I'm saying to the point where
That was our thing, press and bust pipe.
or make
Or
diamonds.
make diamonds.
Yeah, in real life, beloved. You know, we
Make
shine
diamonds.
like diamonds at the
No
end
doubt
of the
about
day.
it.
So it's a scripture, and you just sparked this in my mind. It say Jesus and his disciples was walking one day, and they came across a man who was born blind, right?
Right. He
And
said,
the
"What
disciples asked, "Who's seeing this
Who
man
said
nor his
so this
parents?"
man could be,
Yeah, that he was born blind, and Jesus said, "Neither this man nor his parents see him, but he was born blind so that God's work could be revealed." So now we are witness bearers, as the brother Phil Lex wants to say. We can identify in an I bear witness type of way
Shout out to
because
Phil.
salute to the God. You
Salute
feel what I'm
to
saying?
Phil.
Salute to the God. We can bear witness in an I bear witness type of way because you are a living embodiment of what that was. That was a point in your life.
That you didn't know all this.
You was a nigga. You was a gangster. You was a thug. You was a, you know what I mean? Whatever it
And
was.
that was more important than to be anything positive.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That I love that you first of all, the scripture that you quoted is beautiful.
All praise due to Allah. You sparked that though, God.
Hey, listen, you God in and of itself. You God, it exists within us both.
Yes, sir.
But the reason why I say that is because I hear everybody say, "Well, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and God don't do nothing, and I don't know, and I'm paying for this, and I'm paying for that." And the story telling you, neither you nor your parents sin, right?
Powerful.
Something is being worked out in your life.
Yes, sir.
And you have to figure that out.
Yes, sir.
You have to do it. The actions that you make is what happened. God didn't just zap your life to mess you up.
Yes, sir.
That ain't how God works. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
when I think about that scripture, I like it. But indeed, it was one time in my life. It was one time in all our life. The lessons say there was a time where those who know knew not. Seek not to find fault in others. There was a time that those that know not. I believe that's what it is. And it was a time where the things that I do know, I didn't know, and there's still plenty that I don't know that I need to know and have to take the time to look into and study and all those things. But the beauty of life is that it ain't over until it's actually over. And I learned that because they tried to tell me I was going to die in prison.
Talk about it, beloved.
But I never believed that. I never accepted that. I fought every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And
I bear witness.
And knew that I was coming home one day.
Yes, sir.
I think we all felt that way.
Yeah. Hey.
We all was like, man,
That's how we was living.
I don't care what they say.
That's how we
Ain't
was
nowhere
living.
in the world life without parole gonna kill me in prison. You know what I'm saying? So
And speaking of that, I'm going to say this, though, God. This is just real talk. Being around you gelling with you, going through that struggle with you, going through that fight with you. I don't recall a day where I saw you broke down, I saw you on your last leg, I saw you just at a point where you don't know if you're going to make it. Every time I saw you, you was shining. It reminded me of like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego when they was put in the furnace. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they was dancing. We was still, we partied in hell, beloved.
We did.
God is great.
But the truth of the matter is that some days was better than others.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Some days was worse than others.
Yeah. But we didn't show it all.
We didn't wear it on our sleeve.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And that's a blessing to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing to not be broke down like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That's a circumstance that can break a man, and to not allow it to break you,
because it's designed to break you, and all that shit could have broken you if a guy wanted to tap out.
And a lot of people do break.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be blessed to have to go through that and not break is a power in and of itself.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So,
and that's not to glorify nothing, but this just speaking real facts. Cause
we never want to glorify.
No, because it ain't glorifying none of that.
Ain't nothing glorious about it.
The only glory goes to God.
And not only that, the only glory about prison is getting out.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And then that ain't even a real glory if you don't get out and do something better.
Yes, sir, brother.
So
let me ask you this, okay? If you could say anything right now, wise man, you done been through the fire, you done been through the struggle, you done been tried, you done been tested. There's a lot of young brothers out here right now who are at a crucial and critical stage in their life, and you know, it's a possibility they can make some poor choices or poor decisions, right? That can alter their whole existence, and they don't even know. You know, wisdom is learned through people of pain, right?
Yes, sir.
When you reject it from people, then pain become your teacher. So what would you say to a young brother right now that just might be at that critical stage in their life, God, and they need some guidance, they need wisdom, you feel what I'm saying? So they don't make them choices that you unfortunately made, or I unfortunately made, or none of us made.
Well, it's a couple of things. You said one thing. But it's a couple of things, because the one thing might be good for one person but not the next person.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So one of the things that my son's grandmother told him, and I said, damn, I wish somebody would have told me that, right? And I don't know if that necessarily would have changed me, but it was impactful for him.
Yes, sir.
And one of those things is that she said, it's all right to be a kid. She said, it's all right to be a kid. And she said, be a kid as long as you can, because you got the rest of your life to be an adult. And the reason why I felt like I wish somebody would have told me that is because part of that was my problem.
Yes, sir.
Want to move too fast.
Want to grow up too fast.
Want to grow up too fast. And not realizing that, you know, just be a kid.
Yes, sir.
And so,
and enjoy it.
And enjoy it. And so when I look at who he was at 13 as opposed to who I was at 13,
wow,
I see that I thought I was grown and that he was still a kid.
Yes, sir.
So that's one thing I would tell youth. Another thing is about choices and decisions, right? Is that you pay the price for every choice and decision you make.
Yes, sir.
Or you get the reward for every choice and decision that you make. Nobody is playing your life.
Yes, sir.
You're the only one that can make the decisions in your life and the choices in your life.
Yes, sir. That
will benefit you, right? And every decision that seems beneficial is not beneficial.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I would share that with a young guy. Another thing I would tell him is that prison don't got no discrimination
at all.
It'll eat you alive. It chew everybody up.
It'll eat you alive.
It nibbles on everybody.
It'll eat you alive.
And you know, that's funny because a lot of times little kids be like, nobody think they gonna create a crime. They gonna commit a crime and get caught. Everybody think that they gonna be the one
They gonna get
that
away.
get away.
Yeah.
But everybody that's there thought that very idea that
That's
I'm
right.
gonna be the one to get away. No.
Mm.
When you commit a crime, you 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. And in this day and age, people weak.
The technology and everything.
You got technology, you got a camera everywhere, you got weak people.
And you got people who gonna record everything they see.
And your friends ain't gangsters. Cause
Facts.
they more concerned about who might screw their girlfriend when they go to prison than they is about. They more concerned about that than their own bitch.
Ain't no doubt.
And so they definitely ain't gonna help you out.
Ain't no doubt.
To let you go, cause you might be the one that's screwing their girlfriend.
So it's best not
even to get involved in this
get in that
world.
lane.
Because this world it's not a real the gangster world is not a real world no more.
No.
It's not even
even if it was real then it's not really real.
Even if it was real, it's still
or
on the loose.
perceived to be real, yeah.
Even if you perceive it as real. But the principles that used to exist in it don't exist no more. At least at a certain point, the illusion has some principles. And those principles don't exist. And you know, and like I guess, you know, what they say, no honor among thieves.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it is.
And you know, it's a lesson that we taught that there's but one reality, and that's what?
That's Allah.
That's God's reality.
God, yeah.
Outside of that reality
ain't no other reality.
Yeah,
God
nothing else is
reality.
real.
Right.
Nothing else is real outside of God.
Period.
And here's another point as we get ready to wrap it up, beloved, that you know, the messenger said that the brain cells of the original man is created to think right.
Think right.
And to think rightly means to think in accord with law and truth. And it's going to tie back into the struggle for balance, where we living in a world that crush your ideas, it crush your dreams, it crush your passion. It's designed to crush the very essence of your being, right? But the messenger said that the brain cells of our original thinking is created to think rightly and to think in accordance with law and truth. And as we strive to be upright and strive to oppose this world, that's our balance right there at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? No matter how hard it get, no matter how rough it get, because this shit be rough, bro, for a black man in America. You know what I mean? Especially when you know who you are. Now, for a nigga, no, I mean, listen, we gotta keep it 1,000 because of Big Pressure TV.
Nigga,
I mean, no. But a nigga don't understand the pressure the way a God understand the pressure, bro. Is what I'm saying.
Sure, it sounds like you wanted to close it on your own prolific.
No,
because what you said, you know, I'm gonna say this. First, I want to say this is a beautiful platform.
all praise due to Allah,
and
bro.
I thank you
Humbly.
for
And you know your brother humble, man.
I thank you for inviting me.
I love you, man. You my brother, man. Hey.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about that.
My namesake.
We done did it. We done did it up north. We done did it. We done did it
In the city.
In the city, we done did it. And we got the same damn name, and we got the big head with
The
the
same
glasses.
slave. Listen, they gotta differentiate which one. You know what I mean? Which Will Lex? The big head scientist
or one be rapping.
Yeah, everything
I done lost
real,
the point. Nah, listen, I done lost the point.
No, I'm gonna get you back to the point.
Get me to the point.
Yeah,
You said,
we just talking about when the message say about the brain cells.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. Listen, we have to agree that God created everything to achieve something
Yes, sir.
that He wanted and that He desired. So He created man to achieve something that he desired, right? The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that he desired perfection.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
Right? So when he created the brain cells, he created the brain cells to seek perfection, right? And if you ever study the brain don't waste time with miscellaneous shit.
Yeah.
No better way to say it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No excuse. It's big pressure, beloved.
For instance,
Keep this shit raw.
for instance, if I make a sign and in that sign I put Will X was sitting on the table, right? If I put on twice, right, 9.9 times out of 10 when you look at it, the brain don't waste time with the on twice.
Yeah.
It only sees it once.
Yes, sir.
Until you clear yourself and look again. But the brain naturally doesn't waste time with what it don't need. Right? It don't need the second on.
Powerful will.
Right? And so that means, as you said, it's seeking to think right. It's seeking perfection.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it can't waste time with things it don't need because it got to get on to the next task.
Yes, sir. That's powerful.
Hey,
and it's all off the hip, y'all. Listen. I want the people to know that part, though, like, because God wouldn't prep for none of this, though. You know what I mean?
No. We don't prep questions. But the brain has to seek the next level. So it doesn't have time for the miscellaneous, right? Yeah. And unfortunately, that's how men should exist, but we don't, right? We so focus on the miscellaneous that we miss the next level, right? And I'm not speaking to anybody other than myself as well. You see what I'm saying?
I'm received.
And so when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the brain was designed to think right, and especially for the young brothers and sisters that's thinking wrong, right? The first thing you have to understand is that when the brain is created to think right, that means you have to put the right things in the brain so that it can feed the right mentality. Yes, sir. Right? And unfortunately in America, the wrong things have been put into the brain, so the brain's struggling. A lot of this is why mental health is becoming...
Mental health, we need to be real if we would.
This is why mental health is becoming such a big subject. Because it's starting with what you putting in the brain, and the brain can't think right. For instance, if I say Christopher Columbus discovered America, right? And I put that in the brain, and then along the line, the brain started to wonder, well, shit, you just said that the Indians was here. Yeah. Or who you called the Indians, right?
So-called Indians.
And then I began to get books and stuff that black people was here.
Before the Indians.
Right? And then I go to school and say something, and they're like, no, that's not the curriculum, right? Now the brain is confused. Yeah. It can't think right. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
So it's an unbalanced, and now that's how you got...
It's stymied.
Yeah. Ooh, stifled.
Yeah. So it can't think right. And so now all the information that go in it is going to get garbled. Because now it has to fight to figure out what is and what ain't. Yeah. So you came up with a deep one with that question there. You something else.
Big Pressure TV, look to God, man. This is the last question, God. Hey. Any last words for the people, beloved? Like anything you want to say, whoever you want to shout out, whoever you want to salute.
Well, I definitely want to shout out and salute all the guys. I came in and saw the guys' books on around here.
Oh, praise
the brother Marvin. The brother Marvin was innocent.
Show that book again, because he got a new book that's dropping out. I think it's tomorrow.
He got a new book.
That's dropping. The first book.
The brother Marv, shout out to him, salute. And this is my baby here. I watched him command a study group.
Oh, praise, dude. I'm talking one of the guys, true living guys, man.
Brother, I was a minister, but the brother was a minister. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like we gotta salute.
He was what it was he was a young guy. Yeah. With new vision.
Yeah. Powerful.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And some of the older guys fought against that, but some of the older guys,
they can't deny it though.
Some of the older guys endorsed the vision. Yeah. And he moved a study group, and it was beautiful. You see what I'm saying? And so I love Phil.
Gotta love God. Phil. Gotta salute to God. So, gotta salute Marv. We gotta salute.
But I salute Marv. I salute all the brothers. Luke mine. I saw my man's Jamero. Me and Jamero had a study group. I was the minister. He was the captain at Cold War.
Oh, I know that was something cold right there.
And listen, I like the brother. That's my brother.
That's my brother.
And,
me and him cuss each other out from time to time.
Well,
That's
you
my
know,
baby.
but that's
no, I got love for Jamero.
Jamero's something else.
That's my man.
My baby App.
Yes,
and those are the things. So this is what I would say as the last word. First thing is that start supporting the reentry programs and the troubled youth programs
yes,
that's
sir.
going on. We have Beat the Odds, which is I am on the board of Beat the Odds.
Oh, praise due to Rashad X.
Rashad X. You have a reentry program called Nation Outside, which it's not the Nation of Islam.
Yeah,
it's not even affiliated.
Salute to Marv and all them for that.
Yeah, but and my man T Mac and all that.
Yes, sir. Everybody.
They, what they doing is hell of a. It should be a lot more programs like that. And you have other programs.
The dynastic ministry, man. There's so many. Yeah,
you had the 313
Divine Black Dynasty.
313 is a 313 great, but they got a program called RACS, which is random acts of kindness, and they have mental health meetings, and you know what I'm saying.
That's what Bo and all them. Salute to all that. All praise to brother Eric.
Salute to the brother Eric.
God, man, we gotta listen, bro. Cause I don't know if I ever did it on this platform, but we gotta honor our brother. Like that's, you know what I mean.
That's
brother,
brother.
Yeah.
The best captain.
That was our captain. Yeah,
that was our captain.
Yeah.
Best captain
Mine bro,
seen,
man. Good brother, man.
Beautiful heart.
Yes, sir.
Stern.
And strive.
And
gonna demand the best from you.
The best from
you.
And shout out to my mother.
Oh, pray and mine.
Listen, let me tell you
mine
something.
Going through it, man. But
and we praying for your mother, man. But I was so happy, and I'm glad I know you happy that we was blessed to come home and be able to see our mother.
All praise is due to Allah.
My mother has done a lot for me since I've been home,
and it's a full circle moment for you.
It's a full circle because we didn't get along. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now we Gucci cool. You
all praise.
And it's because I'm a better person.
Yeah.
She's a better person too, and she's acknowledged some things, and it's okay. I don't want to.
Ain't no doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
My mom.
Ain't no doubt.
But
one thing about Mama, she made a warrior out you though.
Yeah. The big picture is I acknowledge that I took my life down the wrong road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'm striving to be better. I am better, but I'm striving to be even better. So that's the thing. I'm also I got to shout out the Authority Health Center, and the reason why I got to shout out Authority Health is because I'm a member of the board of directors.
Oh, praise dude.
And
God come home, he getting straight to it.
And the Authority Health, what it does is that it helps out low income families to get health care. Sometimes even if you don't got insurance, you can go to the Authority Health. And we just became I can't even remember the letters, man, but we are lookalike for the health.
Yes, sir.
And it's a beautiful thing. But what happened with that is that I did an interview just like this, and
I think I saw that one.
And the CEO named Loretta Bush, man.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah, I saw that one. All praise.
And after the interview,
salute to
her. And after the interview, the sister said that I would be a good fix for the board of directors, man. And really, it humbled me and made me, it really touched me.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things she pointed out, though, is that she said, you did 31 years and I don't see a lick of anger, a lick of, you know what I'm saying? She said, I could never tell that you did 31 years if you didn't tell me. And she said, your perspective would be greatly, man.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you something, guys, because I'm looking at you right now. And, we study shit. We don't just look at something. We look into it. Yeah. We look into it, so you don't look like what you've been through, beloved. You're shining by Allah's permission. You hear what I'm saying? And just to hear what you said about your mother, that speak volumes. And that's what just sparked in my mind. It was like a full circle moment. And I told one of my most nearest and dearest, like when I was blessed to see mine recently, full circle moment, man. So just to be home and we striving to the best of our ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit ain't all the way sweet, but yeah, it ain't what we. You know what I mean? It ain't what we already been through. So it's gonna be alright though. But
and if I don't shout out my nieces, Charlotte and Kinsley, they gonna kill me.
yeah.
No. And shout out to my son and my grandbabies Ava and EJ.
No, praise due to
So
life.
thank you, man. I enjoyed this, man, and I thank Allah for this moment, man.
Man, y'all already know what it is. It's Big
thank
Pressure
Allah for
TV.
And thank Allah for the freedom, bro.
Yeah.
real.
Hey, look, my namesake, man.